Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome along to the Afternoon Rabble here on the Rangers Rabble Podcast, brought to you by the Rabble Network and the TalkSport Fan Network as well. Today I'm joined by Trev. Trev, how are you?
I think if I was doing shit, I might still be better than you, Barton, possibly for what you were telling me before. Do the people know? Does chat stroke comments know how bad you feel? Oh, right, okay.
No.
Right, you need to feel sorry for him, right? You need to give him likes. You need to give him 100 likes right off the bat so he feels better, right? And then, come on.
No. How are you, Trev, anyway? How's things? How's life treating you?
No complaints, mate. Honestly, no complaints. I'm doing all right. I'm looking forward to, and we'll touch upon it shortly. The game, I'm actually buzzing for it. I'm really looking forward to it. I wished I'd went to it. I was speaking to Wolf about this. Right, this is before the tickets went on sale, just before my Gers thing was announced. You know, like they do it twice a year now, and I never realised at the time I just sneaked into gold. And I was like, I would have went. Do you know what I mean? Because you more or less get a ticket then, don't you? He's well, so I'll book my flight immediately. I'll get it reasonable. Athens for a night would have been great. Well, just watching the telly.
I mean, Wolf does have to be. He's got to have the most points out of anybody, Wolf, isn't he?
Well, he's the only person in his own tier. Like, what is it? What's it? The
Wolf tier.
After gold, it's what is it? Is it platinum or something? AKA the Wolf tier. He's the only person in that. Nobody else gets in. It's a close shot. Good fact. He earns it, man. I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous, Martin. He generally deserves it. So
yeah, to be fair, the only game he doesn't get tickets for is Livingston away, which is weird because everybody gets tickets for Livingston away. It's the only one he doesn't get tickets. Charles is straight in there with his super chat. Afternoon, Fanny. Afternoon, train spotting Trev.
Hello. Well, it's funny, but Martin, funny you mentioned Livy real quickly there, away tickets, because Ash and I can get tickets pretty easy for that as well, because Ash's partner's old man's a season ticket holder at the bloody Macaroni Tatty Dome bloody arena, or whatever the hell it's called these days. So even we get tickets, both, doesn't it?
Well, there you go. But afternoon, Charles. Thank you for the support, buddy. Hope you are well. Right, before we touch on tonight's game, Trev, which is obviously the main topic of conversation in it, let's have a wee quick look. Just a wee quick look at what else is making the news. Rumours suggest, Trev, and this isn't a surprise, but at the same time is a little bit of a surprise because everything went so quiet. Ben Davies set to sign for Birmingham for a fee in the region of £750,000.
I'm happy with that. I think somebody in the chat last night was like, I'd let him go for £7.50. Never mind $750,000. I don't know if we were hoping to get more than that, Martin. I'm certainly thinking the main thing is we get his wage off, his salary off the wage bill, full stop, because it's high 20s, isn't it? We need that off. Plus, getting in some kind of decent fee for him is a win-win. I did not want him at the club, and not in a. I don't know the guy personally, of course I don't, but in terms of a football player, he just does not fit our mould at all. Him and Proper, especially Proper, had to go. I'm chuffed for it, man. Do you think that's a decent fee, though? Or were you thinking maybe we were expecting a wee bit higher, considering his pedigree from the past at Liverpool and that?
I mean, I think probably in terms of how well he played for Birmingham last season, I would maybe be expecting a little bit of a higher offer. But at the end of the day, I think Birmingham are in that position where they know there's no real other interest in him from anywhere else. We're the only team interested. We'll offer you this. We know you don't want him. You're not going to play him for the rest of the season. So that's what we're offering. Take it or leave it. And Farewell and Purdy and the owners have went, do you know what? We'll just take it. We'll just take it. A guy was signed for 3.5-4 million. He's not going to be on pennies a week as well. Trevor's going to be on a fairly decent wage.
Yeah.
So we've lost about 3 million, but we've got that off the wage bill, which I think is more important than anything else right now.
Yeah. I mean, they could afford more. I think they're the Championship now. I don't know if they went back down to the league. I think they're Championship, yeah.
Don't actually know. I think so. Championship, yeah.
They could afford more, but you're right. Off the wage bill, move on. And then it's about getting more bodies in. It was always going to be a slower thing, Martin, I think, for us to get bodies out than bodies in. And I'm very sorry, Spanky. I get the name of it. I get the name of the Set Fair Arena. Do you blame me, man? It was like the Macaroni or something a year or two ago, man. It's always changing its name to the highest bidder, that joint.
It's a bit like Hamilton, innit, who kept changing their stadium name and then went, oh, do you know what, we'll just go and play in Broadwood and we'll let Clyde go and play in Hamilton, because that makes sense. So yeah, absolutely. Other things making the news today as well. Obviously, Trevor, I've not really got your opinion on this, but Mikey Moore set to come to Rangers on loan, just a season-long loan, and then straight back to Tottenham at the end of the season. 17 years old, Trev, just a young boy.
Just a young lad, but I hear good things about him. I think he would get in fact, I'm pretty convinced he would get a chance, because the gaffer has clearly shown it will give youngsters a wee bit of a chance now. That's pretty obvious. If you're good enough, you will play, especially with the pedigree of this young lad and the club he's coming from. I think you've said before, Martin, that you would imagine while you can't promise and guarantee that this guy will play, you'll get some reassurances from Martin and the coaching staff that he will get a decent crack and get so many games a season that he could play. So I'm looking forward to that. Young blood's never a bad thing. The thing that's usually a given with young players like that is they will work their socks off, Martin. And we want that. We want them to be trying really hard. The boss, the gaffer, wants them to try really, really hard. He knows he'll get that as a given, and then he can just try and mould them a wee bit. That was a problem in the past. People wouldn't work hard enough, and the gaffer will not put up with that. I'm so glad he won't put up with that. So I hope young boy does come in. It looks like he will. And fresh blood is never a bad thing. Maybe a kick on some of the other bloody jobbers that we've got left in the team.
Oh God, yeah. That's been one of the big things I've took, actually, Trev, from Russell Martin, is he's not suffering any fools gladly. And I don't think it cares that it matters to him who it is, whether it could be Tav, it could be Raskin, it could be Igaman. It doesn't matter who it is. If you don't give 100%, if you're not there 100% committed in training, he's pulling you up.
He is. I don't bullshit a bullshitter, as the saying goes, and he knows what's involved at the club. He knows what it takes. He wants a certain standard of player. When he interviews them, it's the right mentality, and then they need to have the right skill set after, and that's the right order we should be doing it. That's what we've done wrong in the past. So I'm pretty convinced the players he gets in for the most part will be up to the job. I like his no nonsense approach. And what's it he said? Was it the friendly? Or I think it was the friendly when he was talking about when the good ones come on. A quote, something like that, in the second half, and I was, that's brilliant, that's epic. You've kind of, in a backwards way, thrown out some of the jobbers, under the bus, and I love that. He knows who he wants to play. He knows who's the better player, and you will get dropped if you don't work hard enough. He'll chew your head off, and I hope it won't happen that when they show those cool Rangers training videos, that we catch the end of one of those tunes. That would be good to hear.
Oh
actually.
God, no! That would be amazing, but no chance.
I know. They wouldn't do it. Hey, a quick shout out to the RTV guys, by the way. I used to think those things were dull and boring in the past, like training videos. I'm like, whatever. But see, now they're actually really interesting. You get to see the banter between the players without intruding too much. You get to see that they're playing for each other, they're playing as a team, they're playing for the manager, and they're actually fun and interesting to watch. Keep it up, RTV guys, because you're doing a cracking job.
I'm really struggling, Trev.
Tell me things.
I'm really struggling. I'll let everybody know. No, not that anybody cares. They just wanted to talk about Rangers, right? And I get that. But it's been just over 14 and a half hours since I've had any sort of smoke. And by that, I mean cigarette, people, right? Or vape,
Yes.
right? I'm not talking about the other kind of smoke. I'm 36, for God's sake. I'm really struggling. Like, I'm struggling to listen to what you're saying. I'm struggling to concentrate. I'm struggling with everything.
Right. Because this is your job and it's kind of important and whatnot, I know you kind of cut down, but I reckon you should at least get like the patches or something while you're doing this just to keep you ticking through because you need to keep the smarts about you to do that. Do you know what I mean? Because otherwise, you'll notice it, mate. It'll be too difficult. And I could get away with saying whatever I wanted to. You'd either miss it or you'd not be feeling well enough to pick it up. And then that's it. Before I know it, we're shut down.
Yeah,
So
I'm so struggling. And by the way, it would be a perfect setup to a sponsor if we had a sponsor. That would have been an
that's
excellent setup to a sponsor. Do
perfect
you know
time
the
to sponsor
comments?
us, guys. We're doing the best we've ever done.
Absolute
You know?
comments are annoying me. I'm just ignoring them now. Yeah. From Gaz, thank you very much, Gaz, for the support, my friend. Afternoon, Martin and Trev. Do you think we will start with Danilo tonight? I'll come back to the news in a wee second, but let's get this super chat up for Gaz, Trev. I think 100% he starts with Danilo. I know he didn't. I know he wasn't amazing last Tuesday, but I don't see. Obviously, Egerman's not travelled. Egerman doesn't play, but I don't see Dessers starting tonight.
No, I don't. And it's a kind of the lesser with two evils in that situation because, as you know, I'm not really like top of the Dessers fan club there, but at the same time, your boy Danilo is no really set the hair alight. So I'm actually, I don't know how to help. I will go with Danilo with Dessers because at the same time, I want him to get a chance. We spent too much money on the boy not to give him a chance. He's had the best preseason of his life. I mean, literally, I was absolutely. My heart did not break when I seen him blowing out his arse more than once in training. I was absolutely cheesed. I went, finally, you know what a proper preseason looks like, lad. He scored some goals, although it seemed like half of them were against him, Fairman. So take it with a pinch of salt. Keep getting him a chance, I would say, but it's good to have decent backup on the bench. This Egerman and especially Asgard being still a bit injured is a bit concerning, man, with the injury problems we have. So I hope it's no the 7 to 10 days thing that we normally bloody hear in the past. I hope Danilo picks up a
That's what it feels.
goal.
That's what it feels like with Asgard. But then it's like the 7 to 10 days, the 7 to 10 days, the 7. Oh, he might be back for this game. Oh no, he's not ready. He might be back for this game. Oh no, he's not ready. I do think though. I think if we don't see him at the weekend at all, I think if he's not even in the squad at the weekend, then I think we can maybe start to worry. Maybe I start to slightly panic in terms of when's this guy going to be back? I think until then, we just keep our powder dry. We wait until we get closer to the weekend. We hope we get a few more training videos where we see Asgard in it. But as for the panic about injuries, etc., it's only really Dujon, Sterling, Asgard, and Dessers that we've got out injured right now, Trev. So it's still nowhere near as bad as last season.
You put the caveat at the start there. It's only X, Y, and Z there, like players, as if it was a good thing. But it's I know what you mean. It's a good thing for us considering the problems we've had. It's still a few people that are injured, which kind of shitty. But you're right. Let's keep an eye on the weekend to see if they get. They will make. I'd imagine they'll make the bench tonight. Or did they travel actually?
No, didn't travel. Didn't.
Oh,
Egerman and
right.
Asgard didn't travel.
Shit. Right. Okay. Aye. So if they make the bench at least at the weekend, we might be all right. If not, then maybe start to get a wee bit concerned. So, shit. No, again, man. What is it with it? What is it with injuries, man? So someone's haunting us. Did one of the that lot from the other cross of the city, man, get a bloody voodoo doll of a doctor or something and start, or a Rangers player and start putting pins in it? What is it, man?
Oh, only in your DC or Marvel films does that happen, Trev. Only in your
I
DC
watched that.
Marvel
Was hilarious. That, by the way, Alan was no happy. He was raging. I mean, I love
He
all that
was.
stuff. It's pretty much what one of my channels is about. But at the end of the day, I just took it as a laugh and a joke. And he's not happy. I thought he was going to go through the screen and rip your head off.
That's what he usually does when he watches his DC, these Marvel films, isn't it?
He maybe does, yeah. It
There
was
we
a
go.
poo bar
There.
with a kryptonite, man. That was like not knowing the capital of Scotland kind of level of knowledge there, man. Come on.
What's that, kryptonite? What are we talking about?
You got the wrong. You got the wrong. You said it was a Marvel thing or something like that rather than DC.
Oh, yeah, because normal people don't care. Normal people don't care. As long as you know the name Stan Lee, I think you're all right.
Jack Kirby as well.
I have no idea who that is. Right, anyway, let's move back towards Rangers, shall we? Because I will be honest, and I'm going to put this to bed right now. Marvel films are crap. And can we just move on for that, please? Because it is the truth. Right, Jose Cifuentes. I believe Aris would love to get him back on loan, Trev, but Rangers are having none of it. They want him to go out permanently. They want him to go out on a transfer. What's your thoughts on it? Is it a case of, well, look, if we can get him sold, a loan's the next best thing as long as his wages are covered?
Oh, that one's a. I hope Rangers don't cut off their nose to spite their face. I don't get that. At the end of the day, ultimately, you want a wage in for him off the salary, off the wage bill, and you want to actually bring in some sort of fee for him. But Rangers, I mean, you just need to look at what offers are coming in for the guy. The sum of sweet F all. So I think you have to take. I would take that. I know you want a fee, but just take it because you get him off the. I mean, I'm not saying he's on a really, really high wage, but you're freeing up that. And I don't know how many years he has left in his contract. If it's still like a few years or something, 2-3 years, but I think you just take it and you move on rather than being stubborn. Unless Martin, my thought is he is in quite a low wage, and that we'll just put up with it because we do want to get some money in for him at the end of the day. I kind of see it. There's been next to no interest outside that club, so I don't know. They've got Aris. They've got a couple of ex-players anyway, don't they?
Connor Goldson. Is it Leon Balogun as well?
Aye, so he'll be right at home. He'd literally be right at home in a warmer climate because he looked absolutely effing miserable in Scotland, man. I mean, that guy would have gloves on when it was double digits, man. That's tap saff weather for us, and he had bloody gloves on. Do you know what I mean? So I think he's happier in warmer climates. He was in LA before, wasn't he? So warm place. I just let him go on loan, man. Jesus Christ, Rangers. I'd shame he never get a crack. He's just some players are no for us. I don't want to see him get another chance because we can't afford that luxury, mate, to give every single person in the squad multiple games to get up to speed. The gaffer has came in, had a quick swatch at him, went, right, I can work with you, I can't work with you, and then whittle it down. So wish him all the best, nothing against him.
Got a fantastic question in there for Johnson, by the way, but I'm going to bring that up in a minute because there's another couple of things I just want to run through quickly before we get there. I want to find the comment. Where is it? It was something along the lines of next that Martin will be trying to compare Star Wars with Star Trek.
Oh, I don't know. Actually, you don't touch that. No, I'm sorry. I like the superhero stuff, but yeah, Star Trek's
Star Wars, Star Trek, rubbish. Absolute rubbish. The same as Lord of the Rings, the same as Harry Potter, all that stuff. Absolute nonsense. Gobbledygook, nonsense.
I'll never trust a man that doesn't like chips. I'll never trust a man that doesn't like
I'll
chips.
never trust a man who gets offended if I get DC and Marvel mixed up. I'll never trust a man.
That's Alan.
That's all he's. And your Star Wars nonsense. Star Wars. My missus tried to sit me down because she loved Star Trek, right? So she sat down, she's like, watch this Star Trek, Martin. And I'm like that, right, okay. I'm Captain Luke Picard. Oh, are you? Aye, cool, mate. That's nice. What else do you do? Oh, you don't do anything else? Boring.
He drinks tea, really hot tea.
Yeah. Absolute boring. Absolute nonsense crap.
That's my jam. That's my thing.
Star Wars, Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter. Get a life. But yeah. Right, so the question, actually, very, very good question from Johnson. Do you think Raskin staying depends on qualifying tonight? He will want guaranteed European football to make the World Cup squad. I would like to think Trev, that Raskin wants to stay regardless, right?
Yeah.
But actually, when you look at it like that, and I don't think Raskin staying is dependent on whether we make Europa or Champions League. But could Raskin staying be dependent on whether we make Conference League or Europa League?
In my opinion, I don't even think it comes down to that. I genuinely don't even think it comes down to that. I think he is pretty content where he is at the moment. I believe that we will speak to him at some point, if we haven't already, about a better contract. But he's not in a rush to sign a new contract. He's in a perfect situation at the moment. That lad, he could push for a move if he really wanted to and get more money, but he's on a decent salary at the moment and happy and playing football. You can see it in the training videos and stuff. He jokes with the boys, has a laugh. He's having a good time, and that's a great sign. He might very well stay with us, but I don't think it's based on what level of European football we get. I generally don't. As long as we're competing. Now, you made the point about conference. It's, I guess, in some people's eyes, including mine, if we made conference, I wouldn't use the word ashamed because that'd be way too high, but I wouldn't be happy because we are 100%, at least minimum, a Europa League side, in my opinion, Martin. And I actually don't mind us trying to go for the Champions League now. Outside the better money, we would actually have a better chance. I mean, that lot across the city actually done all right in the Champions League last year. That tells you how much better it is, or easier in brackets, to actually do something in that new format. So I don't think your man Raskin will like looking at the tournaments as such. He won't aim for the Champions League, everyone does, but if we get Europa, he'd be fine as well. And if, of course, worst case scenario, it was conference, I've said this before, I reckon I almost demand we win it. And that might be arrogant, I know that, but considering we've got 2 UEFA Europa League finals in the last 20 years or so, I reckon I don't think that's I think it's a fair shout to be winning the bottom tier of European football.
I think it just depends. You might get 1 or 2 teams, like a Chelsea, for example. If they're in it, you're going to struggle against the likes of Chelsea or something like that. But if a team like that with all that kind of money isn't in it, then I think you can definitely say that we could be right up there as the favourites. I've never seen The Notebook or Mean Girls. But I mean, I will give them a watch. I will give them a watch if you want, but I'll probably guarantee you they'll be rubbish.
Not a fan of a chick flick, I must admit.
So many people offended at me calling Marvel rubbish. Many people.
Can I say something to the chat at the moment, the comments, right? Guys, he's got the biggest fishing rod in the whole world out at the moment, and yous are all biting, you idiots. Honest to God, stop playing his game.
I'm just being honest.
Don't play his game, man. You're no bait. You're better than that. You're no bait. You're chat. Come on. Brilliant,
yes. Man. Anyway, let's move on. Well, this Oliver Antman stuff has went quiet over the last kind of day and a bit. Trev, go ahead. Eagles chief executive Jan Villen.
That's brilliant.
Van Dop. I mean, I don't get this headline right. I will read this whole headline out, and people tell me if you get this right. So Jan Villen Van Dop says they will only sell one of Oliver Antman, right, or Jacob Breum, right? So they have rejected a bid from Jacob Breum from our neighbours across the road. This is something this appears to be one. If we want to get it done, Trev, we need to get it done rather quickly.
I know we've always been shrewd with the pennies, but pull the finger out a wee bit. Rangers, come on. If this is a target you want, let's not be too tight in case someone actually jumps in, because they're not in a rush to sign this boy. From what I'm hearing, they like him, but they know that they can actually start commanding a fee because they've got competition now. So start pulling the finger out, and don't be like the other side of the city. I think I heard a snippet of Super Scoreboard the other night, and one of them was going absolutely rage Martin because they weren't spending the pennies. He was going off in one. It was brilliant. oh, it's been the same for 30 years. They don't spend anything when they get it in, and the same thing will happen again. Unless it's magic. So Rangers go and splash a wee bit of cash, just a wee bit. Come on, get more talent in. They'll go off the deep end. That lot. I'm
They've
looking
spent a
forward to them.
fortune. What are they talking about? They've spent a fortune.
I know, but they're wanting more money spent. I think that's what it is. It's
So they want more money spent, even though they've spent a fortune, but
Yeah.
that doesn't count that money that they've spent, right? Okay.
They talk about they don't know how the economy works. It's like money comes in. Oh, but all the money we've spent is the money that we've got in for players that we sold. We haven't spent all that excess money. I was like, mate, it's a business, you muppet. Why would they go and spend more than they're bringing in? It's not how it works. Honestly,
It's just
man,
craziness. It's just absolute craziness.
But I'm excited about the Avengers and the team, basically. One in the left wing and one in the right wing. So, and you said something about a villain being their manager or something. So I could just keep going with the puns, mate. Just keep going.
Martin's favourite drink while watching How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is cocktails without the tails. Do you know what I've seen about 20 minutes How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Is that Matthew McConaughey? I think that's it. Is it Matthew McConaughey? I'm sure it is. Boring rubbish. The Matrix is quality. I like the Matrix. I'll give you the Matrix.
That's sci-fi. That's sci-fi, my man. So you don't hate sci-fi? He's crossed two massive franchises together, man.
Is that DC and Marvel there? Is it?
That's certainly a Marvel. That's a Marvel thing. I've got
Oh God!
so many jokes.
Care. I really don't care. Josh Gentles possibly Trev heading to Rafe Rovers, who apparently we're trying to set up some kind of deal with to be able to send our youngsters. Obviously, B team not here anymore. Everybody watch out tomorrow, 2:00 for the Rangers Academy review, which will be made public tomorrow at 2:00. Or I could just do it today. I don't know. I'll see how I feel. But Josh Gentle's possibly going to Rafe Rovers, Trev, which would be a good move for him, young player, and a good chance for him to catch the manager's eye.
I'm happy for him. I thought he would get more of a shout with us because the gaffer's obviously seen that he's a decent player and wanted to give him a chance, just like he's doing with one or two of the other young boys. I'm guessing he's got his quote of how many young lads he'll actually be able to give a chance to this season and actually having the squad and give some game time to. And I think that would be fair and reasonable because he doesn't want to waste a good talent either. So go out and get some game time and see how you get on. And then maybe come next season, you could be in the same position as young Curtis, who I'm absolutely cheesing for, me. I'm so happy for that young lad. When he mentioned something about his mom coming in and telling him to get to bed because he had a game tomorrow, that was magic, man. That was absolutely magic. Up on your phone and the TikTok too late at night, son. Get off that. I'm happy for him.
Do you know what's weird about that? Right? See people in their 30s and 40s who watch Marvel and DC films. Their moms come into the basement and tell them the exact same thing.
Oh, Martin, you just reminded me of something. Do you like South Park?
It's not bad,
There was an episode of that Make Love Not Warcraft where they played Warcraft the boy. Have you seen that? And the guy that keeps smashing him up is a big fat guy in his mum's basement.
Yep. There you go. That's people that watch DC and Marvel right there.
I can have a laugh at that. Do you know what I mean? You need to have a laugh.
The only people that can't have a laugh at that is the people where it's true. That's the people that can't have a laugh at that. But listen, we are back tonight. Let me just double check what time. I believe it's 6:20 for the build-up, right? Because we're going to obviously delve into the match tonight a lot more. 6:20 on the build-up. Myself and Ash tonight at 6:20. We'll be reviewing the starting lineup and we'll take a deeper dive into the game than what we have on the afternoon show. Then we have the watch along at 5 to 7 with Alex and new boy Fergie. And then we have the reaction tonight. I think it's straight after the game. For some reason, I've not put the time on the schedule, which is a little bit annoying. But you'll see it anyway. It's straight after the game, no doubt, the reaction. With myself, Hamish, who's feeling a wee bit butthurt over the Marvel comments, and Kenny. Yes,
Is he upset? Is he? Oh, come on! See, I
He's
love
very
all that,
upset.
Hamish. Don't let him upset you, man. Jesus
He's
Christ!
so upset. He's so upset.
Stop playing
So
fishing.
upset. He's that
Oh, well.
upset. His mum's been down to the basement twice already to get him into trouble for screaming. That's how upset he is. Right, folks. Join us tonight at 6:20 for the build-up. Well, all the news about the game. Make sure if you remember, you join us for the watch along, and of course for the reaction as well. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you to all the people watching live and all the people listening back on the audio platforms, whether it be Patreon, Acast, Spotify, iTunes. Podcast Addict. Didn't think I would name that one. There's loads out there. So a massive thank you to everybody who helps to support the show. We'll see you tonight at 6:20 p.m. So until then, bye for now.